heredity or the transmission of traits from one generation to the next generation was first discovered by Gregor Mendel. Now, when we look at traits, we are talking about characteristics. For example, human iris color or even human height. The trait is the characteristic. Now, where do these come from? They come from genes on your chromatids. But these alternate forms of genes or alleles, remember there is a homologous chromosome. So if you have a heterozygous, you have a dominant gene as indicated by uppercase B and a recessive or lowercase. If you are homozygous, in this case it is homozygous dominant as shown with the uppercase D and uppercase D. You can also be homozygous recessive, lowercase d or lowercase d. Now, the physical characteristic of an organism or physical traits is known as your phenotype. For example, purple color. Your genotype is represented by these alleles. So, for example, lowercase b, homozygous recessive. Uppercase P, lowercase p, heterozygous. In this case, the P is dominant. Now, how do we transfer these characteristics? Well, what Gregor Mendel initially did was he crossed pea plants and he looked at pea flower color as well as seeds. So in this example here, he pretty much used Punnett squares. So if we take the gametes, in this case homozygous recessive alleles, in this case homozygous dominant alleles, when he crossed them, big B, small b, or uppercase B, small b, all his offsprings, or the F1 filial generation, were what? 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 4 heterozygous dominant. This is called a monohybrid cross because it looks at one trait, in this case, fur color. Now, notice here, example, a heterozygous dominant, homozygous recessive. What do we get? We get 2 out of 4 heterozygous genotypes and 2 out of 4 small b homozygous recessive. Remember, these are the genotypes, but the phenotypes here will be the physical characteristic. In this case, 2 out of 4 black furred puppies, 2 out of 4 brown furred puppies.